The WNBA sponsored headlines make the bold claim that Paige Bueckers wields tremendous power off the court in the WNBA. However, once the keywords are removed, the story collapses and a deception is exposed. What is being marketed as a natural increase is anything but. This isn't a result of organic growth or fan support. It's a well-crafted story, forcefully promoted by a league that appears determined to generate significance rather than own it. Why do you believe the WNBA is putting so much emphasis on Bueckers, as opposed to superstars like Caitlin Clark? Please let us know in the comments below.
I saw this new sponsorship, and I was like, my. What links we will go to as companies out there to continue to deliver the message. That's right. Continue to deliver the agenda. And nobody fits that agenda better than Paige Bueckers. My goodness. She checks all kinds of boxes, including the UConn Mafia box. Oh, yeah. You're in.
The idea that Paige Bueckers has this tremendous, unrivaled impact is being pushed into the debate despite obvious evidence that it does not exist. This is not about who connects with fans. It's about conveying a message that the league wants to convey, regardless of whether the public believes it.
Look at the Paige Bueckers Nike logo. Does this look like they really wanted to do this, or they were just catering to that crowd? So they said, oh, let's just get up Paige and let's give her a logo. Let's cater to the crowd. PB, paint bucket. This looks like a paint can. This doesn't look like they're all in on Paige. This looks like they threw something together just to appease the slows. Fair enough.
Resources are being directed into boosting a player who, in truth, does not command national attention. We're told sponsors are lining up for Bueckers. So the logical question is, why? Is this actually market demand, or are businesses being steered towards a league-approved narrative? Because the push seems contrived. Whatever the numbers show, it appears to be a planned effort to crown a celebrity. And the data tell a totally different narrative about who supporters actually turn out for.
Look at Caitlin Clark, the Wilson basketball, selling like hotcakes. The Kobe PEs, selling like hotcakes. The Barbie, selling like hotcakes. The action figures, selling like hotcakes. The Funko Pop, selling like hotcakes. Merchandise, selling like hotcakes. T-shirts, selling like hotcakes. It's not the same case with everybody else. And now the latest company to just take money and throw it down the drain is a company I grew up with. It's a company I grew up with. I think many of us had these. Paige Bueckers signs a deal with Lego as she prepares to be the next signature athlete.
Consider the Lego sponsorship as an example. On paper, it appears impressive, but in practice, it makes little sense. From a business standpoint, it's difficult to envision any significant return. Paige Bueckers is not attracting new audiences that are rushing out to buy Lego sets. She appeals to a tiny but well-established group of basketball lovers. That is it. This is not a wise investment based on widespread appeal. It's a branding operation based on the mistaken belief that she has broad cultural appeal. The league is betting on optics rather than outcomes. Fans are starting to notice.
They hate Caitlin Clark and why they love somebody like Paige Bueckers. By the way, that doesn't draw shit on a national level. Just keeping it real. I mean, Lego, and that's what this is about. She's landed a Lego sponsorship. I mean, Lego may as well just taken that money and just lit it on fire. Just light it aflame. Because Paige Bueckers not drawing anybody to buy Lego.
That becomes painfully evident when you compare this tale to Caitlin Clark's reality. Clark's meteoric rise did not require a public relations strategy. She secured a reputed $28 million Nike contract because the demand was undeniable. She piled endorsements because brands recognize true value. Bueckers' off-court presence cannot be described as unusual when Clark is essentially redefining the rules for women's basketball marketability in real time. The analogy is not just incorrect, but also dishonest. One player's popularity is raised, while the other's is deliberately reduced. This all indicates to a bigger issue within the league. The WNBA's leadership certainly has a preferred image and story that it wants to promote. Anyone who undermines that narrative, even unwittingly, is inconvenient. Rather than allowing fan interest to determine who rises, the league is determined to make that decision internally. This is not about organic growth. It's all about control. It is about choosing faces that fit a pre-approved form and boosting them regardless of how the audience reacts.
Paige Bueckers is making an unprecedented off-court impact on the WNBA. Really? Paige Bueckers is already one of the most hyped and highly anticipated players in the WNBA years before she was actually drafted number 1 overall in the 2025 draft. Bueckers' skills on the court are undeniable. Her potential to continue to grow is vast.
When you consider the influence of what many fans refer to as the UConn pipeline, this favoritism becomes even more pronounced. A long-standing network ensures that certain players remain visible at all times. Paige Bueckers, with her UConn roots, fits well into that ecology. That's how she gets deals from companies like CarMax and Fanatics. These collaborations feel less like reflections of national demand and more like the advantages of being linked to an entrenched institution that continuously supports its own. Meanwhile, someone like Caitlin Clark, whose appeal grew outside of those typical pipelines, had to overcome skepticism despite plainly surpassing everyone in terms of engagement. And when you look at attendance figures, the disparity is tough to deny. A Dallas Wings game starring Bueckers drew slightly more than 7,000 fans. That's good, but it's nothing spectacular. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark routinely fills 20,000-seat venues. Teams are essentially transferring games to NBA arenas to meet demand while she is in town. No other player in the league is making such widespread logistical changes. That disparity is not insignificant. It is huge. No amount of marketing spin can undo it.
Now, my question to you. How many kids know who Paige Bueckers is? Number 1. How many kids' parents know who Paige Bueckers is? Number 2. And if you're walking in a toy store, whether it's Target, whether it's a toy section at Walmart, and you see this face on a box, who knows who this is? Seriously, who knows who this is? Same thing with the Nike logo that I said, just thrown together. Pieced together real quickly on the fly because they're not really fully invested, so they're just putting it out to put it out. They're not taking their time, they're just putting out slop to put out slop. So the slows can cheer and do back.
Even television ratings reveal the same story. A game starring Bueckers and Clark drew 2.1 million viewers on ABC.